ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಚಂಡ ವಿಕ್ರಮನು ಗದೆಗೊಂಡು ರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಭೂಮಂಡಲದೊಳುದ್ಭವಿಸಿದ ಅಖಿಲ ಖಳರ ಹಿಂಡಿ ಬಿಸುಟಿಹ ವೃಕೋದರನ ಪ್ರತಾಪವನು ಕಂಡು ನಿಲ್ಲುವವರಾರು ತ್ರಿಭುವನದೊಳು. In this beautiful padya, Sripadarajaru has brought the essence of the entire Bhimavatara, because this padya marks as the concluding padya for Bhimavatara. From next padya, Madhwavatara, the description of Madhvacharya's life and history is going to start. So here in this padya, his extraordinary heroic act that he exhibited throughout the avatara has been brought to us in front of us. Chanda Vikramanu Gadegundu Ranadali. So he is a splendid hero which he gets naturally. He doesn't need a boon or a curse to exhibit such a high level of bravery and strength, but rather it is his swabhava, his inherent nature, that he is very strong, he is very brave and courageous, that he has exhibited all this heroic act. It's very naturally occurring to him. And he need no astra or shastra, be it the weapons or any kavacha, to protect him to fight. He can do it just with his hands. His bahubala, the power of his shoulders, are enough for him, through which he has actually exhibited all the parakrama throughout the avatara. We have already seen. In the previous padya, we talked about how out of the 11 Akshohini Sainya of Kauravas, 6 was exclusively destroyed by Bhimasena itself. And this is not because he had a lot of astra or shastra, not because he had weapons which could do magic, but because of his bahubala. That is what makes him very different. He is inherently, it's a swabhava to have such a valor and power. And here, this is not something new. Krishna says this. Krishna says during the Kurukshetra war, he says that the weight of the entire Kurukshetra war is on your shoulders, Bhimasena, says Krishna. Such admiration we can find of Krishna on Bhimasena. And further, we already discussed about this fact of out of the 4 great people who are known for strength, Bhimasena, Balarama, Shalya and Kichaka, Bhimasena comes in number 1. No one can match the power and strength of Bhimasena. This we have already heard. And this power that Bhimasena has is so inherently natural that he possesses, that even when he has no astra or shastra or gada, he can do all the asura samhara that he had exhibited throughout the entire avatar. But here, adding to the parakrama that he has, strength and power he has the gada with him. This gada that Bhimasena holds is very powerful. It is literally, it possesses the mass of 1 lakh times more mass than the Gandiva itself. So such a huge gada which is high in mass, in weight, and it's very powerful. Now this gada actually is owned by the Vayu Bhagavan in Moola Rupa, and once when Vayu Bhagavan gave to the Bhakta Muchukunda inherently he gave it to Mayasura, and Mayasura, once when Bhimasena was there, when he was building doing a construction, Mayasura gave the gada to Bhimasena. That is how Bhimasena got the gada. And well, it is easy fact to understand that Bhimasena is none other than the incarnation of Vayu Bhagavan. So Bhimasena acquiring and keeping the gada himself, Bhimasena is the only one who can manage this gada. So it is with Bhimasena, as he is the avatar of Vayu Bhagavan. Now Sripadarajaru says here, Chanda Vikramanu Gadegundu Ranadalli, when he stands with that gada, that too in Rana, which means Ranaranga means war field, who can stand in front of him? Who can just think of standing in front of him? Bhumandaladoludbhavisida akhila kalara hindi bisutiha. In this Bhumandala, in all the lokas, there were a lot of asuras who were present during the time of Bhimasena's avataram. And all the asuras were destroyed by Bhimasena. Hindi bisutiha. They were squeezed and destroyed and thrown away, says Sripadarajaru. This we can see in 2 different incidents. In the first incident, when Dronacharya organized a talent showcase event to his shishyas, his students, Arjuna came in front and all the other asuras were at the back of Duryodhana in the other side. So there was a war between Arjuna and Duryodhana there. At that time, Arjuna was backed by Bhimasena, and almost more than 60% of the Asuras were killed during that showcase talent event organized by Dronacharya itself. We all know the fact that Dronacharya is the guru of Ubhaya Paksha for both the sides. Now, adding to this, during the time Pandavas were in Vanavasa along with Draupadi, crores of Asuras and Rakshasas were destroyed by Bhimasena, which we have already seen through these episodes of Madhwanama. And then in the Kurukshetra war too, there were huge amount of Rakshasas and Asuras who were destroyed by Bhimasena, making him the only person who could destroy the maximum number of people or Asuras who were against Dharma in the entire time of Mahabharata. Which is why Krishna said that the entire weight of the war is on your shoulders, Bhimasena. Well, here, who has the courage to stand in front of him? He has just destroyed so many Asuras, so much of them who are against Dharma, that Sripadarajaru calls him Vrikodara. Vrikodharana Pratapavanu Kandu Nilluvavararu Tribhuvanadolu. This word Vrikodara name is given to Bhimasena. What does Vrikodara mean? Someone who has or who possesses 10 great qualities is called Vrikodara. Bhakti, Vairagya, Jnana, Pragne, Medha, Dhriti, Sthiti, Yoga, Prana, Bala. The one who possesses all these attributes in a highest level is called Vrikodara. So this Vrikodara is Bhimasena. So the qualities that he possessed are so intense. He had bhakti. Bhakti means a sincere love which is on the basis of the true wisdom or Tattva Jnana. Then Vairagya, a detachment from not only the materialistic possessions but also from Kama, Krodha or all these irregular obstructions of our mind. And then Jnana, which is the Tattva Jnana, true wisdom or knowledge about Bhagavan. Then comes Prajna. Prajna can be said as an ability to grasp something very quickly. And then comes Medha. This Medha is understanding the things that we have grasped. And then comes Dhriti, which means a person who possesses this quality of Dhriti is someone who can live without any worries. He's just brave that he has no worry. And then comes Sthiti, which is a stability. So he should have that stable mind of staying in Dharma and should not fiddle between Dharma and Adharma. So that an antonym to fickle-mindedness. So Sthiti is a stability in Dharma. Then comes Yoga. Yoga is generally defined as having a concentrated focus, having always a mind in Bhagavan Vishnu. And then comes Prana and Bala. Prana is the Prana Shakti and Bala means the strength. So Bhimasena, who excelled in all these qualities, that's why Sripadarajaru names him Vrikodara. There is one more meaning we can attribute to this word Vrikodara. The Jataragni, there is fire in our stomach. It is due to the fire in the stomach we are able to digest the food. Now, this fire is called Jataragni. Bhimasena, we all have heard through the story of Bakasura that he could even eat tons and tons of food. So his Jataragni is very strong and powerful. And his Jataragni is named Vrika. Someone who holds such a strong Jataragni is called as Vrikodara, which is why also he is called as Vrikodara. Vrikodarana Pratapavanu. And to his glory, hearing about his glory, hearing about his splendidness, who can stand in front of him? That is the next line which says, Kandu Nilluvavararu Tribhuvanadulu. Who can just see him standing in front of him, face him. See, during the time of Jarasandha's war, when Krishna, Arjuna and Bhimasena were there were 10,000 elephants in the side of Jarasandha, which were exclusively killed by Bhimasena. And the highest aspect of killing this 10,000 elephants is that he killed all these 10,000 elephants with just his palm and not doing anything else, with no astra or shastra or any bomb or etc. But with just his palm, he killed 10,000 great, powerful, huge elephants of Jarasandha. Which is why here Sripadarajaru says, Kandu Nilluvavararu Tribhuvanadolu. In this Triloka, when Triloka we say, it means Bhuloka, all the lokas, which is Devalokas, and all the below lokas, which is below the Bhuloka, namely the Atala, Vetala, Sutala, and so on lokas. So in a complete Brahmanda, we can say, who can stand in front of him? He is responsible of bowing down to only that one person who is the Supreme Lord Sri Hari. When such a huge position he holds, which is, and the characteristics of that position is easily defined in Vedas itself, definitely the avatar of that person, Vayu Bhagavan, who is Bhimasena, is known to possess all these qualities. And with this, Bhima Avatara comes to an end. From the next Padya, the Avatara Karya or the life and history of Madhva Avatara starts, where we will come to know the third Avatara mentioned in Vedas of Vayu Bhagavan. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.